Hello everybody and welcome to Moviegoer. Hello?
Hello there.
Who is this?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh man, that's hard.
Alright, fuck! Now, are you ready to get butchered?
I see you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I can see you right there.
How about now?
I can still see you.
Now?
Now, do me a favor and take that stupid mask off, Paul.
Who's Paul?
Take the mask off, Paul.
I really thought I could murder you. I had this whole thing planned.
It's okay, dude. You'll murder someone someday. Intro. Hey everybody, and welcome to Moviegoer. I'm Max Forrest,
I'm Paul Ilby.
and today we're going to be reviewing not Scream, not Scream 2, not Scream 3, not Scream 4, not Scream 5, but Scream 6. So, without ado, our reviews. Scream 6, directed by Tyler Gillette, Matt Bettinelli-Alpin, and starring Jenna Ortega and a bunch of no-names. Let's roll the trailer.
This isn't like any other ghost face.
You want me. So let's finish this.
Here's the internet synopsis. 4 survivors of the Ghostface murders leave Woodsboro behind for a fresh start in New York City. However, they soon find themselves in a fight for their lives when a new killer embarks on a bloody rampage. So, without further ado, my loves, likes, and dislikes of Scream 6. This movie has no loves from me, but here's what I liked. The filmmakers crafted some real edge-of-your-seat suspenseful scenes. There was the scene in the bodega where our 2 female leads are hiding from a shotgun-clad Ghostface. You're holding your breath with the characters who are crawling on the floor. One could compare it to the classic scene in Jurassic Park where the kids are hiding from the velociraptors in the kitchen. Obviously, Jurassic Park did it better. Again, Gillette and Alpin really know how to craft suspenseful scenes. It's Halloween and a lot of people have the Ghostface outfit on. One of our leading ladies is on the subway. There are multiple Ghostfaces on the subway too. The lights keep turning off and on, turning off and then on. We're guessing who the real Ghostface is, and every time the lights go out, we're anticipating a stab in the stomach. What a great suspenseful setup. Hopefully, instead of giving too much away, I've given you some positives to make you go see the movie. I could go into more scenes, but I don't want to give too much away. Nothing can top the original Scream, and the only sequels I've seen are Scream 5 and this one, and let me tell you, Scream 6 runs circles around Scream 5. So, I enjoyed the suspense. Now, if you're into gore and stabby stuff, this will appeal to you. I'm not personally, but I don't put down those who love gore. We've seen how well those Terrifier movies have done. I'm way too chicken to watch those. But yeah, man, it's got gore galore, and oof, it hurts to watch. It's the opening scene, so I'm not spoiling anything. A pretty young lady is at a bar, and her date isn't showing up. He calls her and asks her to come out to try to help them find the restaurant. He somehow convinces her to come out into the middle of an alleyway, and Ghostface comes out and absolutely guts her. It hurts to watch, honestly, and I thought, oh no, poor girl. I don't like gore. My favorite horror movie is Halloween, and that has zero gore. It manages to be a terrifying killer movie and not use any corn syrup. And finally, in the original Scream, we had a lot of meta horror stuff in it. One of the leads is always commenting like, you'll say you'll be right back. In the movies, you won't, so you won't, and shit like that. This works really well for that film. In Scream 6, they try to do that again, but with franchises. There have been so many Ghostface killer murders stories, one of our leading ladies has come to the conclusion that they're in a franchise and have to abide by the rules of franchises. I was on the fence with this update, but maybe it's new blood for the series. I don't know. One more thing. Jenna Ortega is the standout. I love her in Wednesdays, she's great in this, plus I have a big crush on her. Okay, so my dislikes. I thought the characters were stupid when it came to their fights. I was yelling at the screen. Courtney Cox has a gun and wastes all her bullets shooting at places Ghostface might be hiding. Wait until you see him before you shoot, you dumbass. At an hour and 36 minutes in, the killer is in a daze on the ground. That would be a great time to stab him to death. Stab him! I'm shouting. You have a big knife! But no, they run away. At an hour and 45 minutes in, a female lead stabs Ghostface, but like only in the shoulder. What the hell? Here's another complaint. It seemed ridiculous how you could get stabbed in the stomach and just be fine afterwards. In this movie, that's how it works. You need immediate life-saving surgery in real life if you get stabbed in the guts, but not in this movie. To quote Monty Python, it's only a flesh wound. Lastly, it had a twist ending that was way too out there. One might call it stupid. I'll leave you to decide. My verdict, this was a standard 3.5 out of 5, but the ending was so outlandish it knocked it down a peg to a 3 out of 5. Oh well.
So first, let me just say, this is a complete outsider's perspective. I maybe saw some censored clips of the first one on TV when I was a kid. I remember thinking the mask was cool and I dressed up as Ghostface for Halloween for a few years. I haven't seen any of the other ones, so I'm not going to criticize it if it glossed over certain plot elements or, anything like that. It's the 6th film in the series. I understand it expects the audience to know what's going on by now. One thing that I like is that the killers are just normal people. They aren't monsters or creatures or supernatural or something like that. It wasn't really scary, it's just about the mystery of who's behind the masks. I know the Scream series has always been about, playing on the tropes of slasher movies and are very meta with the jokes and references. I think this went a little too far with the meta stuff. The scene in the park was pretty cringy when the one girl was explaining how franchises work and, explaining legacy characters. Maybe I was just bothered because I was reminded how awful Luke Skywalker was treated. But anyway, story-wise, it was fine. I pretty much figured what was going on. I think it was clear enough with the context there, where I wasn't lost. The characters weren't complete idiots, but they weren't the smartest either. I always thought it was stupid when the characters have the drop on the villain, and they announce their presence before hitting him or shooting him, giving him time to react. Like, dude, just hit him, or shoot him. Don't waste time while you're trying to save your friend who's currently being attacked. But what I really have a strong opinion about is the look of the film. This came out in theaters, right? It doesn't look like it. It has that bland, straight-to-streaming feel. I really can't stand this modern trend of horror movies looking so clean and soft. The color grade was very gray, which I can understand. It's not supposed to be, bright and colorful. But the lighting and cinematography was very dull. I know something like this didn't need any crazy camera work, and that's fine. I get it. It was shot fine. I just don't like soft, even lighting for something like this. When I think of a slasher movie, I think of hard, dramatic lighting, gritty and rough or dirty, obscuring the killers in darkness, shaping the light to direct the audience's attention. The opening scene had a tiny bit of this in the alleyway. I was expecting the rest of the movie to look like that. Like I said, I haven't seen the others, so maybe this is kind of, that kind of even exposure and soft lighting is the style of the series, or at least the style of the recent sequels. I just don't really agree with that kind of look. I have to mention, though, the practical effects. The makeup and blood effects were pretty good. Nothing wild, but it helped really sell the ferociousness of the stabbings. Still kept it tasteful, not too over the top. Overall, it's fine. I know I'm not the target here, but from an outsider looking in, it's not bad. Straightforward slasher movie, it's very self-aware. The ending kind of hits the nail on the head a little too hard, but, whatever. Maybe someday I'll check out the rest. Middle of the road for me, I'll say 3 out of 5. Oh, and by the way, the logo is pretty cool. The Roman numeral 6 and the M, very good graphic design.
Cool.
That's it. All right.
Scream discussion.
Yeah. So you said you saw the other ones. This one's better than the fifth one, Scream 5.
Oh, Scream 5 was like so lame.
Yeah.
I don't even remember it. I don't even remember the ending.
Oh, okay.
Who was the kill? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, it was dumb. There's not a lot to talk about. I mean, we covered.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much agreed on everything. Like, independently, our reviews kind of hit the same points.
And we also. I said I was on the fence about it.
Yeah.
You said you just didn't like it. That girl in the park who's explaining how franchises work and how
Yeah.
a franchise. Too far-fetched. The first movie was just like, ooh, don't say I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Where this is just like stretching it to the point where it jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Jumped the shark.
It's like it felt very try hard. It felt like it was trying way too hard to play on that joke.
Yeah, to keep things meta.
Yeah.
I thought that, like I said, I thought that they had some good suspenseful stuff. Scream 5 had none of that. It was just so whatevs.
Yeah.
That would be a 2.5 out of 5.
That one's a 2.5. This one I figured, it was just kind of like middle of the road for me because I'm not really a fan of Scream. But what's weird is like this one I think was good enough where it kind of makes me want to watch the first one.
Here's a funny story. Me and my friends tried to sneak into. We were young. We were like 13. Scream 4, I think, and we got kicked out of the theater. And so we went down to the balloon store where they had counterfeit movies, and we're like, "There's this thing in the way," and they were like, "What is that? What's that thing in the way?" It was a guy's head because they were shooting it. They were shooting the movie. But we watched the whole thing anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Outro. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review. Please remember to comment, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah, and also support us on Patreon. Thank you very much.